This video is to address some frequently asked questions about our product ChainLock. And so one of the questions we've been getting is people think that we are some sort of third-party provider that will be involved in the implementation of ChainLock, some kind of middleman. But in reality, the product will be implemented by each service provider directly. So like a bank, Bank of America or any other bank, they will implement the ChainLock feature directly into their website. Our company will have nothing to do with the actual locking and unlocking of an account or configuring an account with a Bitcoin address. All our company will do is assist service providers in implementing the idea and providing basically licensing rights to the idea. So our homepage, chaintightsecurity.com, which shows this sign-in demo, what it represents is the sign-in screen of an example service provider, such as a bank. So this login screen can be any service provider. It's just an example so that we can illustrate how ChainLock works. This is really not, say, our website that's going to be used to interact with service providers. It's literally represents a service provider website like Bank of America. So again, when you enter in your user ID and password and you sign in this example, you're signing into your bank account, and the Bitcoin address that is being evaluated to determine whether your withdrawals in this example are locked or unlocked using ChainLock, the website, the bank website, is the site that is going to be evaluating this Bitcoin address using standard interface tools for the blockchain. A well-known example is the blockchaininfo.org website and API. So our company has no interaction with the service provider websites. There is no security issue involved with our company and the implementation of ChainLock. Again, each service provider will implement the coding within their website to evaluate the balance of the Bitcoin address that each user configures for their account. The other question we've been getting is about the security of the site or of the concept. And some people seem to think that there's security issues with ChainLock, again, because they think that we're a middleman or somehow helping to implement the balance checking of this address, of this Bitcoin address. Or they think that there's some kind, we've had comments about how, well, it's just as insecure, ChainLock would be just as insecure as any other 2FA, two-factor authentication, such as Authy or Google authentication, token authentication, that they are saying their comment would be that the attack surface is as broad or even broader than existing 2FA authentication. But that comment just doesn't make any sense for the simple reason that the security that ChainLock is built on top of and relies on is the Bitcoin blockchain. That is the security feature that the ChainLock system works on. And so the attack surface of ChainLock is the attack surface of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin blockchain has been implemented since 2009 and has never been hacked. Okay, maybe some exchanges, Bitcoin exchanges have been hacked, but the Bitcoin blockchain has never been hacked. It's currently protecting $11 billion. It's an $11 billion safe that is right in front of everyone on the planet. And any hacker on the planet can go ahead and give it a shot to break into that into that bank, into that $11 billion vault, right? And of course, they certainly probably have been trying, but of course, no one has been able to break that vault. So the security of ChainLock has already been proven since 2009. Okay, the security of ChainLock protects $11 billion. The security of ChainLock is proven way beyond any of the current 2FA systems out there, and especially way beyond any biometric authentication system like fingerprint authentication, which has just recently been adopted by banks, or some banks are implementing fingerprint authentication. This system is brand new, literally a few months. And so who knows the vulnerabilities of fingerprint authentication? But we are going to have other videos that go through each of the other forms of two-factor authentication and the vulnerabilities of each one. And in our opinion, fingerprint authentication is one of the worst possible implementations of authentication for many reasons. So again, the security of ChainLock relies on the security of the Bitcoin blockchain, and in our opinion, you simply cannot get safer. It is simply not possible to get any safer than a system that is built to protect, has been protecting, and is protecting $11 billion. That safe is that, people are that confident in that safe, in that security protocol, and that's what ChainLock uses, and that's how secure ChainLock is. The other question we've been getting about the ChainLock product, the people have been doubting the product. One of the biggest concerns of people is that it will take 2 hours for a Bitcoin transfer confirmation to appear on the blockchain. In other words, if I want to lock this account, right? So if I go to ChainLock withdrawals to lock the account and I enter in my Bitcoin address, and it's telling me again to transfer 20 cents into this Bitcoin address, all right? So if I go to my Mycelium Bitcoin wallet in this example, and I go to my general wallet, right, and I select balance, and then I'm going to send from my general wallet to the Bank of America Bitcoin address over here, right? So I'm going to click send. I'm going to send to my addresses, again, Bank of America. I'm going to select an amount that is in US dollars of 20 cents, okay? So I'm about to send 20 cents to this Bank of America Bitcoin address that I've assigned, and then there's a minor fee of 11 cents. Okay, so when I hit send, after I hit send, it's literally going to take around 10 to 15 seconds for this transaction to take place. So I hit send. If I go to my accounts, I can see Bank of America balanced 0 Bitcoins right now. If I click on it, right there, it's already there, okay? So that was about 10 seconds. There's 20 cents in that Bitcoin address right here. This is the Bitcoin address, the same Bitcoin address over here, the Bitcoin address that the bank is evaluating. Okay, again, it took 20 seconds. Sorry, it took 10 seconds for this transaction to occur, right? So the people's concern about how it takes 2 hours for a Bitcoin transaction to be confirmed or to occur it's right and it's wrong. Okay, it's right in that a Bitcoin transaction, okay, will take up to 2 hours to confirm, depending on what kind of minor fee you select. Okay, but as I just showed you, an unconfirmed transaction will hit the blockchain within 10 seconds. This is the transaction we just did at 11:02 a.m., 20 cents US dollars going into my Bank of America Bitcoin account. It took 10 seconds, okay, to get the transaction to hit the blockchain. There's 0 confirmations. But that is not a concern with ChainLock. It's not a concern with this product because we are not concerned with the double spending issue that confirmations protect. No one is concerned about double spending 20 cents. So you don't have to wait for the transaction to confirm. You only have to wait, and the bank only has to wait for the transaction to actually hit the blockchain. The only way you can get a double spending transaction is if the person that owns that controls this Bitcoin address tries to double spend from it. But even if they were able to do that, the point of ChainLock is to be able to authenticate yourself, to prove that you are the owner, the controller of that Bitcoin address, that you have the corresponding Bitcoin private key. Okay, that's really all that this product is concerned with. And whether you spend the funds out of this Bitcoin address once or twice doesn't matter from the bank account standpoint. All they want to know is that you have the ability to make a transaction to reduce the balance of this Bitcoin address right here. And if you have the ability to reduce it, it proves that you have the private key and you are the holder of this Bitcoin address. It authenticates you. So again, it doesn't matter whether this transaction is not confirmed. It doesn't matter. It takes 10 seconds for an unconfirmed transaction to hit the blockchain, and that's what we're concerned with, and that's what matters. Okay, so when I hit proceed here, again, the withdrawal feature of my account is locked because I transferred 20 cents in. The unlock withdrawal, the time to unlock withdrawal is even faster. It's essentially instantaneous, right? So if I hit unlock withdrawals and it says, okay, transfer the balance out of my Bitcoin address. So again, I come over to my wallet and I go to accounts, and I'm going to choose my Bank of America account and balance, and now I'm going to send to, again, my addresses. I'm going to go to my general BTC wallet, back to that wallet, an amount of, again, I'm just going to select max, so I hit OK. Now it's 9 cents, again, 11 cents minor fee. So when I hit send, I'm going to transfer the entire balance out of this Bitcoin address. Going to reduce it to 0. So let's see how long it takes after I hit send. And this, I am not pausing the video at any time through this demonstration. If I hit send, it's there instantaneously. The Bitcoin address, or the balance of this Bitcoin address is now 0. Instantaneous. It took 0 seconds essentially in order for me to unlock the account. So if I go back over to my bank account website and I hit proceed, my withdrawals are unlocked. Again, the transaction, which is this 1106 transaction, it's waiting for confirmation. 0 confirmations, even gives me a warning. But again, that's just a double spending issue. It doesn't matter for ChainLock. The bank doesn't really care how that was locked. Because, going in, it doesn't matter who puts money into this account, it's coming out that matters. So what has happened here is we've transferred out this 20 cents, proving that we are the owner of this Bitcoin address, proving that we have the private key, and that's why the bank, when they looked at this account, when they looked at this address, they see it's 0, the balance is 0. Again, if I go to the balance and it shows 0, that's why it unlocked the withdrawals. And again, it took 10 seconds to lock the account, and it took 0 seconds to unlock the account. The final common question that we get about ChainLock is, who wants to spend money to ChainLock their accounts, right? Who wants to spend money transferring Bitcoin in and out of their their Bitcoin accounts, from their general wallet to their Bank of America? No one would want to spend money to do this. So the main misconception we think that people have with this issue is that most 2FA authentication systems, they try to authenticate everything. Every single login. Every time someone logs into their bank account, they try to authenticate it. But this is not necessary. It's not what really people want, is to lock out certain features of websites, like with the ability to withdraw funds. So if I've got a savings account and a bank account, a checking account, I want to lock my savings account and I want the bulk of my funds to be stored in my savings account, essentially cold storage. And then when I want to spend money I want to transfer out of my savings account over to my checking account, my hot wallet, so that I can then pay bills and maybe get some cash out of the checking account. But I only need to do that maybe once, maybe twice a month. So if we can agree that people only do things that are significant transactions, significant wire transfers of a significant amount or significant balance transfers, this only happens once or twice a month. Now you are talking about, again, over here the minor fee was 11 cents for each transaction. That's 22 cents to lock and then unlock the account. Basically, it's a two-step transaction, always locking and then unlocking, or you can think of it as unlocking and then relocking. It's a two-step for each authentication that you need to do. It is 2 minor fees, 22 cents. 22 cents for maybe twice a month, right, is 44 cents. So 44 cents to secure your bank accounts in an extremely secure manner is not a lot of money to spend. And it should be, in order to achieve the most secure authentication possible, there ought to be a cost associated with that. Nothing is free. If I can guarantee you the most secure authentication possible on the planet, and I say it's going to cost you 44 cents a month, that is not a lot of money. You should have to pay some amount of money to get something that significant, that secure. And what you are getting for that 44 cents is the security of the miners going out there, the distribution of the blockchain across the world, across the internet, and their effort to maintain that blockchain. Someone should pay them. They should be paid. This is significant technology, significant advancement in human technology. And so they should be compensated. And 44 cents to literally lock down an account per month is not a lot of money. People should be happy to pay that, knowing that they can lock down their accounts. So those are the 4 main questions we've been getting. We enjoy talking about these questions, addressing these questions, and we encourage people to continue to question the security of ChainLock. Question it, think about it. Think like, are there actual ways to hack this? How is it different? And again, check out the videos that compare ChainLock to other 2FA authentication systems. Think of it yourself. How is this better? How is it worse? And if you can think of ways that our system is more vulnerable than other 2FA authentication systems, we absolutely want to hear why. And we appreciate the effort of other people evaluating this system and giving us feedback. Thank you.